Of all the pictures they could have used of Logan Couture, by the way. Weird choice, but all right. Weird choice. So last night we started up with our new Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode on NHL 12. Of course, we went through the run on 11. Now we're on 12. We finished last in the league, ended up at the second overall pick, and ended up with a whole lot of players from that 2012 draft. We actually ended up with the entirety of the top 5 who were selected in that draft. Again, we do have a lot to go with, or a lot to go through, and a lot to sort through, and a lot to do, and you get the point. As I hit the wrong button in regards to this team at the re-sign phase. So let's do it. I want to make a good amount of progress tonight, if we can. So in goal, Curtis Sanford, Jeff Zakoff, they can both go. We have Antoniemi and Steve Mason. Obviously, we have to try and trade Antoniemi as soon as we possibly can. It just made sense to pick him up. You don't like 24? Not really. Unfortunately. I really want to like 24, but it doesn't want to like me back. Assuming franchise, there probably will be a big FHM year, yeah, probably. So I don't know if this game fixed the issues of players disappearing after 2 seasons. There's really no reason though to not sign all 3 of these guys right now, right? So we'll bring in Anton Forsberg. I don't like using players that don't have pictures as much, but we'll sign Anton Forsberg to his ELC. We'll sign Matthew Corbeil-Theriault. Theriault, love that guy. This guy's freaking huge, 6'6". Was a 4th round pick in 2010. He never really became anything IRL from a pro standpoint, but we'll bring him in. And we will also sign Malcolm Subban to his ELC after we just drafted him. Is he actually working on 24? I presume so. I can only presume. Ooh. All right, we will qualify Keaton Ellerby. We will qualify Anton Strawman. We will drop Sammy Lepisto. He's not a bad player, but we don't need him. So, ironic the franchise in 24 was so bad, considering the guy most known for it also has a 24 in his name. When you put it that way. We're also going to let go. Shout out to Carlos Montoya for the follow, by the way. We're going to let go of Aaron Johnson, former Bruin, but we'll let go of him too. Oh, something else happened. We are going to sign David Rundblad to his ELC. He's a 77 overall, 21 years old. That's not bad. Nick Holden. I like Nick Holden a lot, but that's a roster spot we need to free up. Sorry, Nick. Same with Brent. Right. Well, Brent Regner's only 23. Carlos on the primer as well. You are too kind, sir. Too kind. Thank you very, very much for supporting my face. I appreciate it. Let's get rid of Andre Benoit. Regner's only 23. How old was Holden? Am I losing my mind if I signed Regner but not Holden? I got to keep track of how many players we need to sign. I see someone call it a bad franchise mode. I saw. Where have you been for the past 6 years, Carlos? We've been here the whole time. Well, I notice how bad 24 franchise is if I never play. You might notice some things, but it won't bother you as much. You know, ignorance is bliss. Not to say like you're ignorant for not knowing, but you get the saying. Ignorance is bliss. Like if you don't know what to look for, odds are you're not going to be that upset by it. All right. Obviously, we still have some other things to decide here defensively. But again, Pelech, Dumba, Ryan Murray, Griffin Reinhart, Morgan Riley, Cody Ceci. It's hilarious. On the right, I've been complacent, which was wrong. Fair enough. Let's see. Derek Dorsett, Jack Skilly. We are going to let go of Chris Clark, who is very old at this point. No disrespect, Chris. We can let go of Jeremy Williams. Do we have anybody else? Peter Kalus. He can go. Former Bruins prospect. Obviously, we ended up with like Jonathan Marchessault, Tom Wilson. On the left, Umberger's deal is up. DJ Kings. Alexander Giroux. Nick Drazanovich. I mean, yeah, you can all go. I mean, like, I'd be willing to keep RJ Umberger, but man, we might as well keep that money if we can have it, you know, for free agent purposes. So, and it's center, Derek McKenzie, Andrew Murray. We can let go of those two as well. We have so many unsigned prospects. Oh my God. We have so many unsigned prospects. I knew this would be a little bit wild to try to sort through. So let's see. There's Michael Chaput, who's 20. Yanni Gord. I mean, there's really no reason not to sign these guys because they can end up exempt, can't they? This game had exempt status, I'm pretty sure. Maybe. The gameplay for 24 isn't bad. It just needs some adjustments. So it's not bad, but it's also not as good as it could be.
I'm just trying to walk through this.
Focus on the RFAs. Baffling. Thank you for the follow, by the way, as well. Welcome in. I mean, they're RFAs. We might as well keep them. Mainly because we could end up with, Baffling was a follow bot. That's a shame. A Russian follow bot. I've been deceived. We'll drop Michael Blunden. Sorry, Mike. Go ahead and drop you. Damn you, Putin. I'm going to keep Brent Regner. Aside from that, we should be fine. Okay. We should be fine. Qualify a bunch of guys. Maybe don't quite worry about signing. But then again, some of those ELCs might get dropped. Those unsigned dudes might fall to free agency. We got the goalies signed. We got Rumblad signed. Let's be aggressive, and if it costs us in free agency, it costs us in free agency. So let's see. It's like Austin Medeski. Medeski? 72, 20, and a C. Same thing with Brandon Archibald. Like, we can aim higher than that, right? Even like Griffin Reinhart. We don't have to sign any of these dudes who we just drafted. I just feel like we can aim higher than a C potential guy. It's like Medeski and Archibald. We can just drop those guys. That's fine. I almost dropped my controller as well. Perfect. Same for Peter Straka, who we inherited. And then on the left, we also inherited Dalton Smith, who is fine. We are going to sign Michael Chaput. I'm doing ECL broadcast this season. As far as I know, yes, that is the plan. We'll see if something changes, but as far as I know, that is the plan that Sin and I will be back. All right, I think we are good. All right, Chaput accepted. Let's go to the start of free agency. Peter Straka, Devil's Legend. I prefer Martin Straka. Thank you. All right, trade block's been updated. Michael Chaput. Yeah. So too, he finds that Endo took a spot, right? I wouldn't even be upset about that just because I'd be happy for Endo. All right, so in free agency, who's out there? We'll look at the RFAs first. So top RFA, Logan Couture. Winnipeg, what's going on, man? Peter Mueller, Michael Frolik. I mean, some good names, but some expensive names. I mean, Couture's at $3 million. And the compensation... That'd be a second-round pick, actually. Andrew, what the hell do you think? Anything under 1.1. 3.5 for Logan Couture, though, is pretty good. And, of course, the dog wants to leave the room. Here, look at Danhausen punching a mannequin in the dick. Why not? Why not? It's fun. It's funny because she whines to come into the office, and then she gets here, and then she's like, oh god, he's talking about franchise mode again? Let me the fuck out of here. So, you know, what are you gonna do? Anyway, back to RFAs. So Logan Couture wouldn't be the worst option in the world. Anything under 3.5. It's only a second-round pick. He's 23 years old. Michael Frolik's in a pretty similar category. If we look at those with potential, it's B- at best. But Eric Tangradi, Frolik would be too much. Andrei Loktionov. The problem is, as we know, Gojo, what's going on? If we offer sheet people, and a big shout out to Sid for the raid, what a man. Sid, how are you? It's been a little bit. I hope you're well. As I was saying, before I forget, if we offer sheet somebody, the, as expected, opposing GMs get pissed at me for like breaking the unwritten rule of daring to offer sheet somebody. But as it is, I think we only have one phone right now anyway. So it might not be the worst decision in the world to be aggressive and kind of go after certain people. Might not be. UFAs. In terms of goalies, we got Turco, Dan Ellis, Antti Niittymaki. Nobody amazing. Anybody with good potential? Dennis Sikinen. There were quite a few B- here. Interesting. How dare you do this completely legal thing to gain an advantage, right? That's how it works, man. Dude, there's a lot of B- prospects. Holy hell. 71 at 19. 71 at 19. Can anybody else kind of compete with that? Looks like a 71-year-old at 19. Or 71-year-old? A 71 overall at 19 years old is the best way to go. Meaning we are probably looking at Lucas Steinhauer or Matthias Niederberger. And I mean, really no reason to not go after Niederberger, right? His name is Matthias Niederberger. So that would be our 6th goalie under contract. So we should be fine. Defensively, the big name, Nick Lidstrom. But he is 42 years old. Cronwall's out there too. There's no big name that we need to try to compete for right now. Prospects, John Nabrant. I mean, we'd be dumb not to put our name into the running for this guy, given that he's a straight B potential, which is actually really, really good for this era. And then all of the B- that snuck through the draft or would just be here otherwise. The Pieces. What a name. That is 1967 overall. Garrett Clark is a 68 at 19, 71 at 19. Well, Ender, I mean, that was the way to play the game. Do you have anybody else who can compete with 71 at 19 years old? Kevin. Your name's not Kevin. It's Kevin. Leon, why are you so pissy? Boo. Looks like 71 overall, 19 years old is about the best we can get. Ooh, Sammy Vatanen. It's a 76 at 21 years old. Damn. Nobody else could compete with that. Not even close. Well, we'll certainly throw an offer out for one Samuel Vatanen. Who else do we got? Ronnie Wah. Yeah, 71 at 19 is about the best in terms of overall in age. I mean, Jared Tenorti's there too. Didn't even notice. Let's go after one Jared Tenorti. Not sure how many contract spots we have. So Nabrant, Tenorti, we'll leave it at that. Looking at right wings. God, what's up, man? Yager, Solani. And we have Belax out there, Brian McGrattan. A lot of veterans and a lot of grit. In terms of potential, no super familiar names. Carl Klingberg's probably the best name of the bunch. Left wings, Christian Huselius, who we traded for 2 first-rounders, which was insane. Umberger's out there. If we look at prospects, a lot more left-wing prospects, Jesus. The hair on Blake Thomas. Look for familiar names first, as opposed to just outright potential. And Stanislav Galiev, though. Well, Barnett's actually better. He's a year younger. Interesting. Michael Bourneval's there. Brad Ross. Patrick Maroon. I mean, I feel like I have to sign Patrick Maroon, though. You know? Evgeny Grachev. Grachev's a 75 at 22 years old. That's not bad. I'm going to wait, though. And then at center, Olli Jokinen, Paul Gostad. It's not the biggest free agent class for us right now. In terms of someone who could really like turn things around for us sooner rather than later. Hell of a lot of center prospects, though. Casey Wellman. Got Max Reinhart. Tommy Wingles. Got the Teal Burns. Merrick Zagrappin. Ryan Spooner. Ryan Spooner. Well, Napster, I mean, hey, that's what happens. Got the Travis Randall. All right. I mean, there are some familiar names, for sure. Nothing too crazy. I do need to double check. Let's see. Players under contract 25. We actually have plenty of spots right now. I don't really care if the other GMs get mad at me. I gotta be honest. So we are going to try... Actually, we'll just go with the 3 years. We're going to try to bring in Logan Couture for a second-round pick. Yeah, 25 is enough. I am the Colorado Avalanche in NHL 24. Obviously, Peter Mueller's not that bad, but the one big name to go after is Couture for that second-rounder. And then the other dudes, it's under 1.1 million. Mayorov is already ours. We could go for Andrei Loktionov. Can we go 1.1 even? Yes, we can. Odds are that gets matched, but it's still worth looking. We'll also look at Eric Tangradi. See if maybe we can snag him away here. Oh boy, the D-pad on this 360 controller. It's not loving life right now. Yeah, defensively, sure was the guy worth spending for. That said, John Blum's not bad. Michael Sauer. I can pretty much guarantee the Rangers will match the offer, but if not, is that a sign you got to buy another controller? No, it's just the D-pad of this era was... I've been using the term wonky a lot, but it's applicable. It really is. All right, Nick Petrecki, who did very well against us in NHL 11. He was a pain in the ass to deal with. Could go for Stalock, could go for Mike Murphy, but we'll hold off. So if we look at UFAs, UFA forwards, honestly, we'll go for Luke Lockhart because he doesn't look that bad. 19 years old and a 71 overall is pretty damn good. 19 and a 68 for Mika Partanen. Oh, baby, play that sweet sax. Oscar Mahler. You know, we can try to pick up Oscar Mahler here too, just because he's probably going to be NHL caliber for us. There's JT Barnett that we can go after. There's going to be a lot of these guys that we can go after. What else do we got? Who else? Leafs legend Brad Ross. 20 years old, a 72. That's honestly not that bad. What else do we got? Got to go for Ryan Spooner. Has to be done. Bruins legend, Rangers legend. Got to go for Ryan Spooner. Go for Max Reinhart, too, as another decent NHLer in his time. I think from there, I'm content. I need a sub for my ball hockey team this winter. Come play. I would. Be fun. All right. Marty Turco went back to Dallas. We got John Niebrant, whatever it is. Niebrant. Nolan Yonkman for Nathan Lawson was a trade that happened, by the way. What else do we got? Niederberger signed. We don't know about Lochtianoff yet. Lockhart signed. We don't know about Tangrady or Sauer. Oscar Mahler signs. Jared Tenorti signs. Sammy Vatanen, Brad Ross, Max Reinhart, Ryan Spooner, and JT Barnett. As the Bruins acquire Radko Gudas from Tampa. And Logan Couture has also accepted, but the question is, will he stay here? As the AI are making a lot of trades right now. A lot. Barely anything, if anything, happened at the draft. Wow. Well, let's fully open up the trade block again, just to see if we can get any interesting offers. And then go back here. In terms of trades that we'd want, we can still field offers for Jeff Carter. I'm not inherently like, yes, trade Jeff Carter. But hey, if the right deal pops up, who am I to say no? We could do the same for Mark Mathot. Dougie Murray has to be up there. Nash at 28. Antti Niemi needs to be up there. Is there anybody who should be up there over Jeff Carter? Antoine Vermette, James Wisniewski. I'm going to take Jeff Carter off the list for now. We'll go with Vermette. Let's get Antti Niemi up there. So we do have quite a few guys who could end up on the block. We're just going to start off with those three. Let's see. Kings match the deal for Lochtianoff. Sauer stays with the Rangers. Petrecki stays with the Sharks. But can they match for Couture as Tangrady stays with Pittsburgh? And of course, San Jose matches the deal for Logan Couture. No surprise there. No surprise. The offer sheets were not successful. Damn. Damn. There were a couple of other good players to sign, but I wanted to leave the contract spots open for now. So let's advance a little bit. Sign Teemu for the year. If he ends up still being there, I'll consider it. Anton Strawman gets an offer from the Islanders. Anton Strawman for a 3rd round pick. I'm going to hit remind me in 6 days. Anton Strawman or a 3rd round pick. Strawman's worth more than a 3rd. He's worth about a 2nd. So we're going to match that. We are going to match that. We have $17.5 million in cap space, so Lord knows we got plenty to work with. Let's match the offer for Strawman. Again, we still have other players that will be accepting qualifying offers and everything like that, too. I need those to be processed. Teemu Solani, is that with Buffalo? I think it was. Dude, there have been so many trades. Notification didn't go out. Well, it's a good thing I stream at the same time virtually every night then, isn't it? We'll match the offer for Derek Dorsett. That's fine. That is fine by me. Jared Bowl accepted the qualifying offer. Yeah, we're up to 42 contracts already. There aren't too many big names left out there. When Jim Vandermeer, no disrespect to Jim Vandermeer, but when he's one of the biggest names on that free agent list, that's how you know. It's not looking too good. Brian McGrattan's still out there. So, I mean, if we wanted to bring in a little bit of grit, we could. Oh, boy, it didn't warn me about the start of the preseason. It just keeps going. All right, contracts. What do we still have for RFAs? Still got Niemi and Mason. And our 4 goalies signed with Subban in the CHL. Everyone else is AHL. That's okay. Shout out to Doug Murray and James Wisniewski. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got enough defenders signed. I don't think I need to sign anybody else. Just leave him in junior for the year. On the right, Jonathan Marchessault, Tom Wilson. We can sign Marchessault, given that he's 21. He's not looking like the best prospect, but we need some AHL filler anyway. And left wing wise, I'm going to sign Tanner Pearson. Same thing. Get him in the AHL. See if he can be anything. And we actually didn't have any RFAs left. Let's sign Yanni Gord. And we can hold off from there. That brings us up to 45 players. So we can go look at the free agent list again. It'll be Mason and Niemi. Murray, Wisniewski, Russell, Mathot, Strawman, Ellerby. I don't want Runblad to be a healthy scratch. 7, 8, 9, 10. I got to call up somebody. Based on age, it needs to be either Regner or Cody Golubev. And we'll go for Regner. I lied. Apparently we have too many forwards on the roster. Send down Jonathan Marshmallow. Call up Regner. Nope, apparently not. We're still over the limit. Son of a bitch. Send down Tanner Pearson. Now can I call up that defenseman? There we go. It's better. Terms of the forwards. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, God. All right. We need some proper forwards who can take up roster spots. That's what we need right now. Just so that we're not throwing a lot of these young guys to the wolves because they don't have the Sidney Crosbys of the world to carry them like we did in 11. We need to bring in some forwards, presumably some grit, because that's all that's left. First and foremost, Sean Thornton. As a Bruins fan, you know that I have to sign Sean Thornton. So that's an obvious one. God, could sign Brian Ralston too. Just have it. Saku Koivu's there. Trevor Gillies' ridiculous mustache. Jed Ortmeyer, Josh Green. Let's just go all grit, man. Let's do it. Brian McGrattan. We have options. Kevin Westgarth. Wasn't he the guy? He was the guy that like went to Harvard or whatever, but was still a tough guy, which was tremendous. Let's go for Evenance. Evenance. I always heard it pronounced the same two ways, but let's get some grit on the Columbus Blue Jackets here. We got to be difficult to play against, you know? Yeah, nothing like being difficult to play against by saying, we'll punch you in the face. What about it? Because toughness. That's one. Nope. All right, so let's see. Let's send down Brad Ross, Andrew Jodry, and Thomas Kubalik. And we'll call up the first three. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll send down Ryan Johansson. Got to double check how many contracts I'm at, but we do still have space for a couple of face punchers. At least one more. It'll bring us. Actually, you know, I'm gonna leave us there. I want some waiver spots available. So congrats to Oscar Mahler and Maxim Mayorov, who have technically made this team. Who's the healthy scratch? It is Mayorov and Regner. Let's even it's on the top line. Oh boy. That is That's a rough scene right there. All right. Can any of you guys take face-offs? It's a 71 for Thornton. The worst part is if injuries start kicking in, I'm going to get lazy and just go best lines, and this team will be absolutely abysmal. Oh, God. Sean Thornton might be the best face-off man of the bunch. All right. Sean Thornton and Jared Bowl are going to have to be on a line. So it'll be Skilly, Bowl, Dorsett, Evenins, Thornton, McGrattan, Calvert with Vermette and Mahler, and then Brassard, Carter, poor Rick Nash. Maybe I should trade Rick Nash before we absolutely tank his value. Because that is exactly what's going to happen. And the AHL obviously has some decent players there. I'm not too worried about slotting different players in and out of the lineup. But yeah, our success this season will be in who we can trade away, not what's going to happen on the ice, because it's not going to be pretty. We are going to be very, very, very bad. But at least our amateur scout got a little bit better. Our reputation right now is a -24.